Sri Lanka's prisons are creaking at the seams. 30 prisons, convict prisons, work camps, open prison camps and remand prisons hold 32,000 prisoners in spaces that should hold only 11,000. Of these 32,000, 10,000 are convicted prisoners and 22,000 are remandees. 8,500 of the remand prisoners remain for years within the precincts of the prison, as cases are still being heard. There are a significant number of prisoners whose court cases have been heard but are unable to pay the court-imposed fines. This has led to further congestion. Recently, Project Hope brought about hope for some of these. The brainchild of Marlon Ferreira, chairman of Triad Advertising and George Stewart's group, Dilith Jayavira, stepped in to pay the fines of some of these prisoners under the Sri Lanka CAN umbrella and set them free. This hopefully will set the trend for more corporates to join the fray. But here's the conundrum. What happens when prisoners do come out of prison, especially those who serve long sentences? On Seneco Life Let's Talk today, I chat with writer and ex-prisoner Diresh Sevanayagam to find out what prison was actually like and what it was like to get out into the real world after 13.5 years. Then, Commissioner of Prisons Administration, Rehabilitation and Skills Development of the Department of Prisons, Chandana Ekanayaka, who supported Project Hope, believes strongly that rehabilitation is key to survival for these prisoners. And he joins us with some very progressive ideas. Now, here's Diresh. Diresh, what was it like in prison?
I learned a trade, so I learned how to make rope, brooms out of coir, and equal broom. So I'm a Prison Industries grade 3 in rattan and coir products, all dead industries. So when I came out, obviously all those tasks are now carried out by machines, so those industries no longer exist. For 13.5 years in prison, so I learned that. I learned to do drugs. I became an addict in prison. And even when I came out, I struggled with that. So I had to go into rehab, and I struggled with that over a period of 2 years before I finally managed to get out of it. And then I went to Peradeniya, Lanka Bible College, and I did my degree there. So what was it like in prison? Basically I learned a useless trade, and I came out with a monkey on my back.
So what was it like getting out of prison?
It was a huge challenge because I came out with an addiction, something that I didn't have when I went in, so I had to sort that out. So I went straight into rehab when I came out of prison, which was also an issue because I was on parole. They tried to cancel my parole because of that, but I finally managed to sort it out. A lot of the tasks and skills that people take for granted, I did not have. Like for example, budgeting your salary, very basic things that people take for granted, which they learn. But when you're in prison, you're like a vegetable. You're institutionalized. So you get your food, you get your lodging, you know what time to get up, they ring a bell, you know what time to get your food, you go in the queue, get your food, go in the queue, do your work, and at 6 o'clock you go get locked up, about another 8-9 guys, small cell, lots of things going on. But very basic things of how to manage money, how to live, how to relate to other people, how to make decisions for oneself, things that most people take for granted. These skills I didn't have when I came out.
So were you afraid when you got out?
I was, yeah. It was a challenge because just to think about what to do, after spending about 13 years in prison, I came out when I was 35. And to get a job, I would be starting off with guys who are just out of school at 18, 19. Even going to Bible college was a challenge at that age because the others in my class were in their 20s, all right? And just to go back to school at that age was a huge challenge for me. But I managed it, yeah. I was an honor student. I actually gave the speech at the graduation, so I managed. But a lot of the basic skills that people take for granted, like even how to relate to other people, maintain relationships, manage money. All of these things, life skills, are things that you don't learn in prison. So you learn other things which you can't apply in normal society.
So after you left prison, you started working with prisoners inside the prison as well as with ex-prisoners. Why?
I have visited prisons and I try to encourage people with my story so that that they also know that there is hope after prison, that they can break the cycle of coming out, doing crime, going back. It's like a vicious cycle that people get caught up in. It's the responsibility of people who have been through that to do their best to kind of change the system as it is, because the system doesn't work, it's broken. All it does is it encourages people to continue in that life of crime. So that is what the prison system does. It brutalizes people, it changes people for the worse. You learn things that you would not learn in your normal life. Maybe drugs, maybe homosexuality, violence, deceit, lying, all of these things you need in order to survive in prison. And when you come out, and if you try to apply those skills that you learned in prison, you will be in deep, deep trouble. And I was privileged because I had family, I had friends who were willing to help me, I had my brothers who were very close who supported me, and I had this entire support system, the church, all of these people who were willing to invest their time in helping me live a normal life. So that is what a lot of people take for granted. To live a normal life is a privilege. But it was because of this entire support system that I had that I managed. And to tell you the truth, 99% of people in prison do not have that support system. So they do not have a family, or they do not have friends who are willing to, So when they go out, sometimes they are homeless, right? They do not have a place to go. They have come out with an addiction. All they know is what they have learned in prison, either to sell drugs or to steal. That's what they know, or prostitute themselves, right? That is what they know, that is what they have learned. So if you try to apply those things, what you have learned in prison, in normal society, what happens is you get arrested and you go right back in. So for them it's like a no-win situation. And that is why people keep coming back.
It is that strong support system that helped Diresh get back to normalcy. After coming out of prison in 2009, Diresh went into Lanka Bible College, graduating with a bachelor's degree in theology, co-wrote a book with his brother Sam, and is writing another, got married, has a family, works in the church and with students around the country, sharing his story for inspiration. He has been working with the prison system to encourage rehabilitation and was involved in the Jeevanabhimanaya policy document of the Presidential Secretariat Rehabilitation Program and contributed to writing the policy for the Rehabilitation Centre. And given that perspective from an ex-prisoner, I had some questions for the Commissioner of Prisons Administration, Rehabilitation and Skills Development of the Department of Prisons, Chandana Ekanayaka. So Chandana, there's a lot of violence, there's drug use in prison, there's brutality in prison. How can these prisoners actually return to normal life once they complete their sentence, if this is what they have been used to?
Now we have drug rehabilitation programs, collaboration with the Dangerous Drug Control Board, and we are planning to start, we actually already planned to start drug rehabilitation centers for this kind of people. And the violence means actually violence are under control. Violence always happening because of the overcrowding. The overcrowding is the main violence matter, because there's a very limited space. The limited space and so many people. So many people, they have to sleep, they have to stay, and the violence starting.
What is the responsibility that corporates and also people like us have towards those prisoners who have served those long-term sentences and come out of prison? What should we know and how should we behave?
Actually, the people go out from the prison and they are going back to their same inhabitant society. The people who they are friends and the same society, they are going back to the same place. So they learn many things inside the prison, but it won't change because nobody will give them a job, give them a chance, and and they labeled imprisoned. So that is why these people can't work for a company or a self-employment. People won't care them. People want much recognition. So and they have to take police report to take a job, for a foreign job or inside the country. But the police won't allow these people to give the police report because they have the crime record as well as drug users record. We all have a responsibility because you people like you all should give them a personality development program or skills development, and that kind of a training and that kind of a program to them. And as well as you can, while they are in the prison, the people who are interested about this go and meet prison authorities and have a discussion and choose them for, and the time they come out, you can use them for a job or a service or any kind of a work. Actually, this is what not happening. So I am telling the society, come inside the prison and have a look, and you can choose the people who releasing they're going to release recently. You can help them. They lost many things in life, but the society has a responsibility to do this.
But as a society, it's easy to be judgmental. But as the Prisons Commissioner says, it is our responsibility as individuals and corporates to give prisoners a chance and help them to get back into society. Are we ready to be inclusive, help them integrate and move them away from the lives of crime that they will inevitably fall into if there is no hope? And that's where we come in. Because otherwise, they yet remain imprisoned, whether they are in a cell or in the outside world. They are behind bars. Thank you, Chandaneka Naik and Diresh Sevanagam, for the frank thoughts you shared with us on Selingco Life. Let's talk.
With Selingco Life Pension Saver, Sri Lanka's premier retirement plan, start planning for your retirement today. Selingco Life, a relationship for life.